Good morning, everybody. I am making my morning coffee, and I cannot believe that I am standing here and the $1 house is completely done. It is such a crazy feeling. It's bittersweet. It's bitter because I love sharing the $1 house with you all, and it feels really weird to not share more renovations here, but it is completely done, so there's nothing left to share renovation-wise. It is sweet because I have a new series coming up, and if you loved the $1 house series, you're gonna love the next series. I cannot wait to dive into it, and I will definitely tell you more about what's coming next in this video. But yeah, this video is going to be very different than all the rest. I told myself that when I'm done with the $1 house, I'm not going to put so much pressure on a video. I'm going to give myself some time. This morning, I feel like starting off the video by reminiscing a little bit. So since we're in the kitchen, I'm going to start here. The kitchen 13 months ago was a totally different vibe. The drywall was falling off in the ceiling, and you could look up and see the sky because the roof was messed up. There was no hookups for the stove, for the sink. There was no plumbing. There was nothing. It was just a room full of stuff, which gave me complete control with how I laid it out. I love my kitchen. I'm probably going to say love a lot in this video, so please forgive me now because I just love my house so much. But the kitchen turned out perfect. I do all of my prepping for food right here. I cook right here, and then I'll just plate it in this area. The sink is nice over here. Of course, it's not under a window because my windows are long and down to the ground, but I can just stand over here and look out of this window, see my greenhouse in the backyard, so it is just fine. There is one thing I would change about the kitchen though. I would change this light colored grout because Mello comes in and out of the doggy door, and it is such a headache to try to keep this clean. So if I had the knowledge I have now, I would definitely choose a darker colored grout for in the kitchen. Okay, let's move to the living room and dining room now. When I first bought this house, the living room and dining room were falling apart. Plaster was coming off of the walls. There was a lot of discoloration because the roof wasn't fixed, so water was getting in. So I had to get really crafty with the way that I was going to cover up the imperfections of the plaster, and one of the ways I did that was putting ceiling tiles up. There's a lot of detail that went into the living room, so I think that's why it might be one of my favorite rooms, is because there's just so much character and it's very eclectic. My favorite built-in for this house is this T-shaped wall, and I wanted not only to keep the built-ins that came with the house, but I wanted to dress them up and make them feel like a really special part of the house. The way I did that with the T-shape is by using Craftsman style trim to go around the entire thing. It really dressed it up, and it made it match the entire vibe of the house because I did Craftsman style trim on all the windows and door frames. I did try to bring the character of the living room into the dining room as well, because when you walk in the house you can see both. So I have ceiling tiles in here too. I added a colorful chandelier to liven it up. I put some bricks on the chimney wall to try to give it a special flair like the T-shape in the living room. I had a lot of fun putting these two rooms together. Up next is my office space. This room had a lot of water damage as well. The previous owner said that this side of the roof used to flap in the wind, so all kinds of water would get in this room. Once the roof was fixed and there was no more water getting in, I put some pine wood up there to cover up all the discoloration, and then I put some crown molding all around the top to make it look a little bit neater. This room originally was going to be an art studio, so I have some of my art hung up, but it has quickly turned into an office because my $1 house just took off, and now I find myself just filming and editing a lot more than painting, which I'm not mad at all. I think that editing can be just as creative. The closet space in here is used for my laundry and keeping all of the cleaning supplies nice and organized. A little fun detail in here is the tile that I laid. For some reason the hardwood floor was a different color in the closet compared to the room, so what I did was add some tile in between the two woods and then grout it out with some silver, and I think that just looks a lot better than the two woods meeting up together. Okay, up next is the beautiful, wonderful bathroom. This bathroom was way smaller at the beginning. The toilet was right next to the bathtub. I'm pretty sure the ceiling was falling through as well. I don't know, I'll have to go look at the old footage. But what I did in here was build a wall that went this way and then down this way. So this area used to be the kitchen, but I made it into the bathroom so I could put the toilet right there, and that just gave me so much more space in the bathroom. I went very bold in here with the wallpaper, so I tried to tie it all together by putting some wood down at the bottom and painting that green, and then adding some black accessories. I love this room so much. It's very relaxing for me, and I think it might be my favorite transformation overall for the entire house. The last room is the bedroom. This room was actually in really good shape compared to all the rest. There wasn't a lot of plaster falling off, there wasn't discoloration. Really the main thing in here was just getting everything out and painting and trimming everything. I do love my closet. My closet is pretty big for such a small room. I added some shelves in there and then added a chandelier to try to make it feel a little bit special. My bedroom really turned out great. I have enough room in my closet for all my clothes. I have a bed to sleep in. There's really not much more you need in a bedroom. So as many of you all know, I am very particular about what I wear when I'm doing renovations. My go-to is overalls and a nice comfortable undershirt, but when it came to intimates, I could never find a go-to. Until recently, I tried Skims for the first time and they are truly so comfortable that I find myself reaching for them every single time. So I'm super grateful that they are the sponsor of today's video. The pieces I've been loving are from the Fits Everybody collection. The fabric is buttery soft, it's super stretchy, and somehow it still holds its shape after washing. And it moves with you, which is exactly what I need when I'm filming or working on the house all day. My personal favorite is the Fits Everybody Scoop Bralette, which I am currently wearing as we speak. If you've been wanting to try Skims, this is your sign. You can shop the Skims Fits Everybody collection at skims.com/Tia. Also, the Skims holiday shop is now open at skims.com, so you can go there and find the perfect gifts for anybody on your list. When you do make your first order, make sure that you let them know that I sent you by clicking podcast at the survey and then clicking my show at the drop down. As you can see in the basement, I have all kinds of boxes and some furnishing that I need to put up to complete it. Since the last video, I did put a Peloton down here. I got this for 75% off on Facebook Marketplace, so it was a really good deal and I'll definitely be putting it to use. I decided to only go with 2 mirrors because I think that's all I'll use. I put one right in front of the treadmill because I run a lot and I think it'll be nice while I'm running to be able to see my surroundings. This one is just extra if I'm doing anything else besides running. I got this chair from Home Goods because I wanted to make some sort of seating area down here. Ideally, I would have 2 of these, but they only had 1 and I didn't like any of the sets of 2 that they had. But I think this will still look fine. Okay, so that officially wraps up the $1 house series. I cannot believe that we made it to the end. There were so many times throughout this renovation process where it felt like it was taking forever and I thought I would never get to the end. And now that I'm here, I feel like it all happened so quick. I feel like this series has taught me so much, not just about renovating a house, but also about patience and showing up every single day, even when it feels like it's impossible. But this is not the end. It is just the beginning of something brand new. A few months ago, I ended up buying another another abandoned house. It's been sitting for years completely untouched, and when I say untouched, it has dishes in the sink still, it has clothes in the closet. It is basically just standing still in time when the last owner left it decades ago. I bought it for $10,000, and that's the house that I'll be doing next. My dad will be helping me again with the next house as well, which I'm super grateful for because we work so well together. This is the first project that we ever worked on together for an extended period of time, and we really do work great together, and we're able to get so much done, and we're both locked in and ready to work every single week. He's already been at the next abandoned house poking around looking at everything, and he's just as excited as I am. So I'm really glad that we're gonna go into it together and work together again on it. So for the next series, it's gonna feel a lot like the $1 house because I'm gonna give you all a tour of the entire house, show you everything, and then after that, every single week, I'm gonna do a renovation until it is complete. This next house is a part of a bigger goal that I have. I live in such a small town, and there are so many houses here that are just sitting empty for years and years and years. So my goal is to bring them back to life and get people living in them. And every time I do that, or someone else in town does that, it really helps out the town a lot because now we have another person that's going to the small businesses, we have more people going to the schools, and it just really helps when a house is lived in such small towns. So that is my mission now. I want to fix up these old houses and get people living in them and bring new life into the town. Thank you all so much for following along with me on this entire $1 house journey. It has been so much fun. I feel like I am living my passion every day, which is renovating houses, and to be able to film it and have that creative aspect as well is just a big blessing that those two things can exist together. So thank you all so much for being here. Next Sunday will be the start of the next abandoned house. I will be giving you a tour, and it is a wild one. I cannot wait to show you all.